Thanks to my family for putting up with me for so long. Thank you to Misashi's for welcoming me with open arms. It's been amazing. And thank you for everyone who helped put this together. Aaron, Ryan, everyone else. You couldn't ask for a better event. You couldn't ask for a more special day. There's a rumor that I was a little nervous today, but it's definitely not true. Maybe a little bit. And also to clear the air, because I'm going to hear it, and I've been hearing it for 2.5 years. I know she's the most beautiful girl in the world. I know she's the most beautiful bride I've ever seen. I'm a lucky guy. I'm way out of my league, so just clear the air now. Don't have to hear it. You're good. One final toast. One more toast. Raise your glass. To new family, to friends, a little bit of fun tonight, and the love of my life. Cheers.
Lesson number one, don't cut out the father-in-law, especially when he's the captain. No, I just wanted to say a few words here for Kevin. Haven now has two men in her life. She's got her father, and her father will always be her dad. But one of the things that a wedding brings is when the father then knows where to back off a little bit and allow the man of her life to be the provider for her in the future. But there's a few things before I do that Kevin needs to know. One of you've already alluded to it when Kevin had to come see the captain. Obviously, Kevin is a lot bigger than I am, so therefore had to be very persuasive in what I would say to him. And we had a very good heart-to-heart talk, and he knows exactly what this means. But the main thing is there's a few things that as the new man in her life and as the main provider for Haven, that he's got to know. First of all, my daughter does not do fast food. She definitely is a lobster steak person. She doesn't do hamburgers or anything else like that, and she did that since she was a little girl. The one thing is she is a techie geek. She knows she went to a science and technology high school. You heard my brother-in-law talking about being prolific in spelling. Yes, she was. And I wasn't going to bring this up, but since the other captain brought it up, her godfather, I will. Haven was always a very prolific speller. And Haven, when she was very, very small, and let's just say she needed help with some things, she would spell M-O-N-N-Y or D-A-D-D-Y to come and take care of a few things for her. Well, my sister and brother-in-law had a son, Eddie. And Eddie at the time was about 14 years old, and we were at my sister's house, and as she used to do, would go M-O-N-N-Y, D-A-D-D-Y, and we weren't coming. Well, then all of a sudden, Eddie was sitting there, and all of a sudden, you heard from the bathroom way out there, E-D-I-E, and then he says, I'm not going there, I'm not doing it. So she's always been one for that. But anyway, there are a couple of things that Haven definitely, she's been blessed with many talents. She really has been blessed with a lot of things. But being blessed with talents, sometimes it's a little hard to make decisions. So you've got to get used to going shopping with her. When she hears there's 15 minutes left and the store will close, she will take that as a suggestion, not necessarily as law. So, and many long days of shopping. But the one thing that you're going to have to learn is when she does have those bad days, when she has those real hard days, there is something that you can always cheer her up with. And these are Milanos. This was her comfort food. And Kevin, you got to get them right because they're double chocolate. It's got to be the double chocolate. So I turn that over to you to be able to take care of her in good times and in bad. And when I go like this, yes, there are times you know what that means, but mainly it's so that my wife sharing Kevin with us. And in return, Nedra and I would give you the right to share one of our most precious possessions that we have in David. And that we will then be able to share our lives together through them to do that. And we really appreciate all the support that you give us and how you grace Kevin to be able to be the provider that's needed for our daughter. So ladies and gentlemen, if you would, please raise your glass high. And it's my pleasure to turn over the reins, if you will, to Haven, to my new son-in-law, Kevin, and for the Kevin and Haven Rowland